Doda has once again been adjourned. He's the first Gaddafi official to be tried in Libya since the fall of the country's former ruler. It's the third time it's been adjourned. His defense has requested more time to prepare the case. Doda is accused of ordering the shooting of anti-regime protesters during the uprising that led to the fall and death of Muammar Gaddafi in 2011. Franco-Rwandan citizen Claude Muyayimana will not be extradited for now. He's wanted in Rwanda for having taken part in the genocide. A French court in Rouen has decided to refer the case to a court of appeal in Paris next autumn. The defense will have more time to prepare the case and request the lifting of his probation.
At least 500 bodies recovered from mass graves have been identified and are to be reburied in Bosnia. The bodies are that of the more than 8,000 men and boys who were massacred by Serb extremists in the Bosnian enclave of Srebrenica. Two key members of the Serb military accused of carrying out the massacres of the 1990s are now in The Hague facing war crimes charges. Let's look at this report for more.
The massacre. On the 11th of July 1995, a few months before the end of the conflict, the Serbs took control of a Muslim enclave, which for the past 2 years had been declared a protected zone by the United Nations. Over the next few days, 8,000 men and teenage boys were killed. So far, 520 victims of the genocide have been identified and buried since the previous commemoration ceremony. To this day, 5,137 victims have been exhumed from the mass graves and reburied in the Potokari Memorial Cemetery. The commemoration of Srebrenica comes as Bosnian Serbs responsible for the massacre, Ratko Mladic and Radovan Karadzic, are being tried by international courts. They had been on the run for years.
We had a great time.
The trial of former General Mladic resumed on Monday. Like Radovan Karadzic, he's accused of genocide, crimes against humanity and war crimes during the Bosnian War, in which 100,000 people died and over 2 million were displaced. The families of victims find it hard to believe that justice will be done. This woman lost her son and husband in Srebrenica.
I hope the prosecution will do everything in their power, because there's enough evidence, enough victims and witnesses to make the criminal be properly punished. I'm just afraid he'll die. It might seem strange that a victim wishes their oppressor a long life, but I'm afraid that if he dies, justice will die as well, as it did with Milosevic's death.
Serbia's former strongman Slobodan Milosevic was amongst others charged with the Srebrenica massacre, but died in prison in 2006 before the end of his trial.
Stay tuned.
To December 31st, 2012, Grts Marketing brings you attractive offers for your businesses. Summertime. Beginning June 1st, you can enjoy our discounted summer advertisement packages. The European Nations Cup, the world's most watched tournament, kicks off in Warsaw, Poland in June 2012, bringing a collection of the world's finest players. The UEFA Champions League commences in September 2012, and this is the world's most competed and coveted competition, which is followed by millions of people around the world. Come partner with Grts and advertise your products and services during this special promotion period. For those who pay upfront, you will enjoy a huge discount. Call us today on 437-8775 or 437-7214, or better still 437-5692. Grts.
And Korea DPR in the 2012 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The draw was held on 6th July in Baku, Azerbaijan. The Gambia, who are making their first appearance in the tournament, will open their campaign against Korea before meeting with USA and France. Momodu S. Jallo tells us more about the draw attended by Coach Buba Jallo.
The Gambia will face the United States of America, France, and the People's Republic of Korea, according to the official draw of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup, held on July 6th. The Baby Scorpions were drawn in what has been considered by many as a tough group, along with USA, the giants of women's football, European heavyweights France and Korea. The draw for the FIFA Junior Championship, which was held at the International Magom Center in Baku, Azerbaijan, was presided over by Tatiana Hayini, FIFA's head of women's competition, and carried out by former Dutch football star Ronald de Boer. The Gambia was represented by coach Buba Jallo and one of our assistants, Maria Massow. It is the first time the Gambia reached this far in women's football. The draw, according to FIFA.com, ended a nervous wait for the 16 qualified nations as they finally came to know their opponents in the group phase. The Gambia, who are one of the inexperienced sides in the tournament, making a first appearance, will open their campaign against Democratic People's Republic of Korea or North Korea in Baku on September 22nd. 2 days later, on the 24th, the Darling Scorpions will meet with women's football heavyweights, the United States of America, in the second game, before facing France in the third and final group match on September 29th. The rest of the draw goes like this. In Group A, you have the host country Azerbaijan, Colombia, Nigeria, and Canada. Group B is where you have the Gambia, along with USA, France, and Korea. Group C comprises of Mexico, New Zealand, Brazil, and Japan. Uruguay, China People's Republic, Ghana, and Germany occupied Group D. The opening match pits the host Azerbaijan against Colombia in Baku on the 22nd September. The same day, the Baby Scorpions will play their first game against Korea. The FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup starts from the 22nd September to the 13th October in the city of Baku and Lokeren. This is the first time the Gambia is appearing in an international women's football tournament, and the Scorpion girls qualified at the first time of asking. The Gambia success story got off to a brilliant start in January when the youngsters edged past Sierra Leone with a 4-3 aggregate score in the first round of qualifiers, before brushing aside Tunisia in the second round, beating the North Africans both home and away with a 3-1 aggregate score. Well, despite being drawn in a tough group, many of the country's football pundits and fans believe that if the girls are given the right preparations, they are capable of going far in the tournament. However, some are worried, whilst others are seriously fuming about the team's lack of preparation up till now, bearing in mind that it is less than 74 days to go before the opening of the tournament. Mohamed S. Jallo, Grts.
And before we go, a reminder of our headlines. Residents of Gunjur and other Kumbo South villages are set to benefit from a $4 million pipe-borne water project. Lawmakers have been acquainting themselves with the provisions of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, courtesy of the UNICEF Banjul office. Egypt's Supreme Constitutional Council has suspended the Muslim Brotherhood-dominated Legislative Assembly for the second time, days after President Morsi decreed its reopening. And the UN peacekeeping force in the DR Congo is mobilizing more than 18,000 troops in a desperate effort to protect the important town of Goma from advancing M23 rebels. You can also follow that story and other Grts programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor Grts Radio Live. That's it for the news. Thanks for watching and enjoy a range of interesting programs.
The third day of President Jammeh's visit to the Republic of China on Taiwan also